This is the Enterprise Partner Edition. You have special permissions, means you have permissions as system administrator. Your profile information is system administrator. You have um, permissions to download all the Apex code, view all the examples of Apex code, and do modifications. What I don't want to do, uh, but I, but I don't want you to do modifications in this current organization.
Okay.
I'm muting you. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have questions, please put them on chat and I will reply immediately. And so first of all, let's go to users. So when a new employee joins your company, you have to do in the similar way. Go to users. If you need to create a user for them, just click on new user. Okay, to create a new user, right? By clicking on it, the important information what you have to enter is this: first name, last name is required, alias name automatically picks up, and email address. I copied it. Username, I have, because as you already taken the same username, you can't take it again. That is the reason I'm giving it as dot training. Okay, got it? Dot training means this is a unique username. You can append after your domain. This is also called domain name. Okay, no worries. You can have a number of dots after that, but you cannot keep spaces. Okay, you can even use underscores also. Gmail.com.training is your email, is your username. The email is same because I can't modify the email. If I modify this email, you'll be getting, if I modify this email, right? So you can't get the email, right? If I'm resetting some password, you won't get email. And the role which I'm assigning to you is some director channel sales, and Salesforce license is not available, but I'm giving Salesforce platform license for you. Clicking on save. So once I click on save, you will be getting some login information to your email. Okay, can you check it and can you reset your password? Set your password for this. If you do not get an email, I can reset the password again. Do you got any email?
I-
You got an email?
Yeah, I got an email.
Perfect. Right. You can reset your password and you can now access. I will show you about all the things what you can access, means how to access all this stuff, resources. So later on, so first of all, I will show you how to create a VF page. You can reset the password after this class. I'll show you how to create that page. So there are multiple ways to create the page. Okay. One is from the URL. Okay. Apex hash demo page. If I am clicking on after salesforce.com URL after backslash, okay, apex slash demo page, okay, will automatically open this demo page. If this page is not available, it's asked the system administrator to create the page. Okay, see, I'm clicking on enter. So it's opening the demo page now. As this page is already available in the system, it's opened it. What if the page is not available? For suppose I'm entering demo 10. I think I know that this page is not available. That is the reason I got this message, the screen saying Visualforce error. This page is not available in the system. Does not exist. And if as this is not available, do you want to create a page? I got an option to create a page also. This is the quick link. If I am clicking on that link, it automatically creates a page for me with a page name called demo page. See, generally, why I'm getting this particular option is I have development mode enabled. I got the development mode on my user profile. I'll show that to you. What is that? If you don't have development mode, you don't have option to create the new demo 10 page. Okay, see, if I'm going to the user, I'm clicking on edit. Okay, I'm going into the user profile. This is my user information. Okay, this is my user profile. So this is my user information. So generally people call as user profile, means what's the user details. But in Salesforce, as there is a separate term called profile, I don't want to call this as user profile. I can say it as user details. Here is the development mode checkbox. If I don't have this checkbox, you can't see that option. Again, when I open the page, that is demo page, so you have not recognized one thing. There is a online, means online coding um, thing here, online editor. So this is called online page editor. Okay, for Salesforce, you can directly develop the things from here. See, this is the blank page. Yeah, the code what you have written here, it's displaying here. This is the code for this. So you are creating some tabs. These are two tabs, right? So see, these are two tabs. Okay, the tab details is clearly mentioned here. That's the reason it's showing the tabs. You are coding the VF programming in this tab, and that's what you are seeing here. Okay, and this apex page is linked with the controller class, a class which is helping this page, that is called sample. So you can define the controller class with controller keyword here, controller equal to sample. That's what it's showing here. But anyway, this is a dummy class which I'm not using, which I don't have anything in this class. Okay, my page will work without that also. See, I can even remove this also. Okay, so now you know how to create the VF pages. Okay, and I want to show you one other tool. This is one way of accessing, creating VF page directly from the URL. It's a really very quick way. The other way is, again, you have option to create VF page very quickly and even see this online editor only if we have development mode enabled. What is development mode? The development mode is only enabled for the system administrators, not for all, or developers only. Developers are system administrators in our system, right? So generally, when a business user is opening this demo page, he don't see any online editing option like this. He gonna see only this information on the screen. Okay, got it. So, and I will show you how to use apex tags, apex vf tags. So I think we already gone through the very basic tags. Means again I will walk through um, uh, to the complete uh, tags available in VF page. But I want to focus more on the examples, okay, where they are used. And so first, suppose this online editor also will not be available for the people who don't have development mode. Okay, again, if you don't have development mode, how you create the page? You are system administrator, but still you don't have development mode. You haven't enabled it. Then the other way is, see, this is the old way. And if you expand develop option, see, inside inside setup build section, if you expand develop, there is apex classes, triggers, apex test execution, API, components, lot of other things. All these are related to the development options. Where are VF pages? VF pages are defined in this pages link. See, if I click on these pages, I can show you the new VF page, means the demo VF page which we opened recently. See, the same page is also available here. I can edit, I can delete, I can clone it. Okay, I can check where all these pages is used. I can link these pages to some buttons also. Okay, I can link these pages to um, I can insert these pages to the page layouts also. If I developed a page on the account object, okay, which shows the account map information with the integration with Google Maps, then I can insert this particular page into the account page layout. That's called inline VF page. You can insert the inline. You can insert the page to the VF pages. Sorry, we can insert the VF page into the page layout. So same way, the way you are adding fields to the account object, same way you have option for the VF page also in the same page layout. Okay, you can click on that. You can see the available page layouts. What you can add onto the account object, you can drag and drop onto the new section saying, hey, account map details, so that I can show the account map on the screen. Okay, that's one example which I'm telling theoretically. If I want to preview this, click on preview. Show dependencies will tell all the dependencies of this page which are linked with this page. Generally, if you are linking with the controller class, then it shows the dependencies. Okay, and even the buttons also. Okay, if I'm trying to remove this, what happens to the buttons which are already there? So that is the reason you have to click on show dependencies, and later you have to delete it after removing all the dependencies. Currently the current page is not having any dependencies. Okay, it's not linked with any controller class. Okay, if I click on preview, it takes me to the demo page, that is hash apex hash slash apex slash. See, the previous time I didn't click on that link, now I clicked on that link. So it's bringing me to the um, detail page of. um, 1 second. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, and we have several other ways also to create VF pages. This is the other way which I showed in the back end, right? This is in the from the back end. So I can also create new pages by clicking on this. Okay, I can create new page. First of all, it simply asks the page name. Okay, and later on page label name available for Salesforce mobile applications. If yes, I have to check this. Require security protection on get request. If you need to check this. And again, this is the Salesforce programming you can use here. You can write here. By default, this is gonna create this. Congratulations, this is the new page. If you click on version settings, yes, you can give the version settings here. What Salesforce API you want to use. Current version is 32nd version. That's the reason I can use 32nd. But if you can even use 27th version also if you want to develop in 27th version. Okay, because if all your requirements are in 27th version, and um, and sometimes if you want to still develop the same page, if you by mistake you have removed that page, and if you want to do the same uh, page with the same name with the same version, yes, you can click on this and you can write it. But there's no problem even if you create 30th 32nd version also. The backward compatibility in Salesforce means they support backward compatibility even though they have new versions. 32nd version will support 26th versions also and all the old versions also. Okay, got it. But the new features inserted means added in 32nd version will not be supported in 27th version. That's the problem, because if there's a new tag which is inserted, which is given to you guys on 32nd version, but you are trying to change the version to 21st version or 25th version, okay, as it is added only in 32nd version, it won't work. The page won't work, and it shows some error on the page. Okay, so you have to make sure on the versions clear. Okay, this is one way of creating pages. Same way, Apex classes, triggers, all this also you can view and you can create. Coming down to Apex triggers, you can only view but you cannot create from here. The reason why is Apex triggers are related to objects. You can create Apex triggers on the object similarly like validation rules. If you go to validation rules, you are creating validation rules very specific to object, right? Go to the object, create new validation rule. Same way, triggers also you have to create new triggers by going into that object. And later on, if you click on Apex triggers, you can see all the triggers in this section. But you don't have option called new on this Apex triggers. And why we use Apex triggers? Yes, um, we'll talk about a very means in just for a minute. Um, so you worked on validation rules, workflow rules, and some automation, sending emails, all this stuff, right? So, but if there is a requirement, similar kind of requirement, but customer is asking to do some advanced logic or to do some advanced, um, not only the field update, to create a new record in a different object, okay, or to send some very custom email which is very dynamic, okay, with some attached templates, all this stuff. Yes, I can use Apex triggers also. In that case, even validation rules also. If you want to add advanced validation rules logic, you can go with Apex triggers. Okay. So there are some events in Apex triggers. These are called uh, events. Okay. For suppose the trigger definition is like trigger keyword trigger sorry simply trigger keyword space trigger name, the name what, well, you can give any name. Generally when you are naming the classes and pages, you should follow the naming convention. Okay, naming. Okay, best practices. Okay, and so for suppose if you're creating account trigger, you can simply create um, a trigger like this. Some people will follow small letter, the starting letter account, but when you are trying to create a new letter in the mid of this trigger name, you generally name the capital letter on the first letter of that word. For suppose account is one word, trigger is another word. So I made T as the capital letter. Some people will put underscores like this. Okay. Some people will give things like this. Insert I capital letter, C capital letter. As from is some simple um, frequently used words, right? Mm, You won't keep, but still you can keep F also as capital letter and A also capital letter. Okay. Some people will use underscores. So insert con from account some with email. If you want to send email also, underscore email alert, the type of things I can use. Yeah, you can follow anything, but as some when you're working for a customer, if they are following some best practices, yes, you have to follow the same practices. You can't say, means you can't say that you that I follow this and I want to go with the only that one. Okay, just check the existing classes. Generally you might be joining the project in the mid of second phase or third phase, okay, or some 10 phases also. They might have done develop a lot of code in the system, okay. So you check the existing code, what are the format what they are following, commenting rules, and follow the same way, okay. So the events in Apex Trigger are before insert, after insert, before update, after update. See, when an account record is inserting, so in what ways I can create actions. So they are differentiate. So the actions are differentiated like before insert. Before inserting the account record, if you want to perform some logic, I can use before insert event inside Apex Trigger, so that my trigger will execute only on before insert. If for suppose if I want to send out an email after saving the record, I'll use after insert and after update. So I can use multiple events also in the same trigger. For suppose if my trigger want to run after insert and after update, yes, I can use insert and after insert comma after update inside the brackets. Okay, I'll show the thing. If I'm clicking on this trigger, see, trigger name on account object. See, in the brackets, these are called events. After insert comma after update comma after delete also you can do that. Okay, it depends on your logic. So for suppose if your business says, hey, on whenever a customer is updating the account, I want to do this action. Even though when the customer is inserting also, I want to do this action. Even though when the customer is deleting also, I want to do this action. Different actions. Yes, I put this three events in this, and whenever that events are occurred on the account object, this trigger will be called, fired, and you are going to execute the logic inside it. And I can even differentiate. For suppose there are trigger context variables to check whether the event is insert or is update or is delete. There is a simple variable called is insert. If the record is inserting, means is insert equal to true, means I can, if is insert, if I put is insert inside this, if it is true, okay, is insert equal to true, then run this logic. If it is update, run the different logic. If that is delete, run some different logic. I can I can do different logics on different contexts also. So there are context variables. I can show you while I'm explaining the Apex keywords and Apex classes and all this stuff. Okay. And coming down to, because I said the only difference is you cannot create a new Apex trigger from the Apex triggers option in the develop. You have to create at the object level, but the triggers what you have created in the object level can be visible in this all triggers, like that is Apex triggers. Okay. But coming down to classes, yes, you can create the classes directly from here also. Same way like VF pages. See, developer console. Earlier you can see why I'm seeing developer console option in all the triggers, Apex classes, and VF pages. What is developer console? So if I click on this developer console, it's take me to a online IDE. It's, I can say it's more than an IDE in Salesforce. Okay. So what is Eclipse? Eclipse is an IDE. Okay. Integrated development environment. Okay. So most Java developers will use that because they are really comfortable. They can store the code offline in their system. They can even maintain versions also. Okay, but you don't have that versions option in developer console, but it generally stores, it has some offline capability also. Means wherever you saved the code, that will be available again, even though if you open after 10 days also. Okay, What happens? For suppose when I open a page like this, when I have done some modification on this page, see when I have done some modification on the page, if I am not clicking on Control S, it won't be saved. If I am clicking on Control S, it will be saving. If there is any error, for suppose if I am removing this, if I am clicking on Control S, it has some error. Okay, you have done around, you have written some 40 lines of code, and on that 40 lines of code there is some small error. You try to click on save when you are trying to leave to lunch break or some meeting. Okay, when you click on save, it's showing this error. Okay, when you go, still if you go to the meeting, if you come back to the system after 2 hours, okay, means the session is expired. Okay, the session is expired and you cannot uh, save this because it's out of session. You cannot save this page. Give me a second. Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, right. So you got the exact problem, right? When you're developing things on with the online editor, this is called online page editor. Developing Salesforce code directly from here. You can even modify the classes also if there is a class. You can even modify Apex code also directly from here. This is a page. If we are linking this page with a controller class, it's available next to the page. That's called controller class or even extension class. Okay, you can even by clicking on that you can even update this. What is a view state? View state will tell you what is your page size. The total size of this page is 1.41 kb. The total limit of this is 135 kb. If you are exceeding this, it shows a page error on the screen saying the view state is exceeded. So you have to make sure when you're trying to build pages, you have to try with large data and try all the possible ways. Okay, try to maintain the view state around at max around 100 kb or 120 kb at max. Okay, so if I expand this, I can even get the information what all coming from the controller. But in a current scenario, all this information is static information displayed on the page. That is the reason you don't have any details coming from the database. Okay, but if you're displaying list of 20 records on this page, I can see the each and every item directly here also. The data what you are trying to display is shown here. List one by one record the other 20 records also. This is the page, and I want to exp- yeah, Yeah, controller is called apex class. Okay, so vf page is the front end part. So why we develop vf pages? We develop vf pages only if you need some customization on the front end part. On the ui part, you develop that. If you want to add some custom ui, you generally use Visualforce pages. Okay, and if you want some custom logic also, you have to pick apex, means controller class or extension class. Okay, so uh, generally when I'm talking about model view controller, what is model? Model is called data modeling, right? View, view is vf pages, page layouts will come into view, and controlling part, validation rules, workflow rules, and even apex classes, all this comes triggers comes into the controlling part. Okay, when you want to build custom logic, you have to use controlling thing. For suppose if your business says, hey, I want custom page with custom logic, where even I click on some button, send email button, I have to send email, and I have to even save this pdf page inside my system also. If that is the requirement, yes, I have to create a custom page with a controller class. What is a controller class now? This controller class will help my page to bring the proper information which I want to show. Inside my controller class, it's Apex class that will query the data for me, that will do actions for me, that will create variables, everything for me. Okay. So what all the actions, what you're doing, that methods you have to define in the controller class. What all the variables, what you're using here, all these variables should be defined, and means the properties are defined inside that controller class, and all the logic is defined in methods, and again values is defined with variables. Okay, that is shown on this page. Okay, whenever you're doing some actions, like if when I'm trying to click on send email button, I have to call a messaging class with the controller class. You cannot call classes, you cannot do that operation with the vf pages. Vf page is only the front end, controller is the actual logic. Okay, you got my question? So you got my answer? Yeah, we have detailed topic about that also later classes. And for today, what I want to do is, you already got the cheat sheet, okay, the vf page tags and everything, and I want you to use create a page in your system. Okay, there is a simple link called component reference. Okay, this is your online editor. When you open this, there is an option called component reference. If you click on that by clicking on control tab, it opens in the new tab in the same window. But you simply click on this, it opens in the new window in a separate window. Okay, don't do that. It's really confusion again to switch between windows. Open in a new tab, control click, and go to that option called component reference. So all the Visualforce components available in 30 seconds in the current version, means the current version will be having more and more tags than the previous version, because Salesforce will add some more tags. If they have added, you can see the complete tags in this list. All the latest tags and the latest properties also you can see it here. And we have option, because these are all tags, at least 70% or 50% of these tags you use regularly inside your Visualforce requirements. There are custom components and custom additional um, charter application tags also. You neglect that for now, but you at least explore. Open your cheat sheet, go in the same order. You can, for suppose if you are for the first tag is apex page, click on apex page. See, come here, there's apex page, click on this. If you open this apex page, the component details is here. Okay, the component information details, these are all attributes. What are attributes? Attributes are the properties you are defining for the tag. See, apex show chart equal to false, I'm giving show chart equal to true. and show sidebar. I'm clicking on save. What happens now? I'll get a, also I have to close this. See, now I have a chart option here. It will be available here on the chart option, and show sidebar equal to true. See, I got the chart option again. See, earlier also I got it, but it took some time for refreshing. Okay, clicking on false. See, let's wait for a couple of minutes. Yes, I got the chart option. You have option to chart. So these are all color parameters. You can also link actions. You can also link controller class. So I was talking about controller class, right? See, here is the controller. You can mention the controller class name what you are trying to link to this class. This is called attribute, and this is the value what you are passing to that attribute. So, and I have show header equal to, see, show header equal to false. What is header? Header is this. I'm clicking on save. Yeah, I have to put some value here, but I'm removing this. Clicking on save. These are boolean value flags. Okay, show header true or false. It accepts only true or false. If it is true, it shows header. Otherwise, it won't show any error. See, it won't show any header. There is no header now because I have made show header equal to false. These are called attributes. All the list of attributes are available here. See all the available attributes, because you no need to write the attribute again from scratch. Just simply type. See, when I click on space only, I got all the actions available with this page tag. This is called online help, so it's really helpful for you. You no need to write everything from scratch. See, you can write the standard controller also. I will talk about standard controller examples in today's class. Okay, so what I was saying is, go to Apex page, each and every tag in the order in the chat cheat sheet, in this component reference. When you click on this, it shows all the attributes. Just walk through what all the attributes are there, what are the advantages of this. And later on, see, when I was talking about Boolean means it accepts only true or false. When I say API version equal to double, it accepts number. What API version you want to use for the current VF page, it's mentioned here. It's attribute. And what page action I have to use, it's a string. I can use action inside that. Apex page action. With the curly brackets, I have to do this thing. Curly brackets, exclamation mark, I can give the action name inside it. ID string, label string. In the same way, I have to give. Let's say what is show header equal to boolean value means true or false. Show sidebar equal to true or false, true or false. Okay. So this is the component details and attribute details, detail information, and from which version they are available. See, apply body tag is not available before 2027th version. Means you know about versions and it's not available before 27th version. Okay, but this tag is available from 10th version of Visualforce pages only. Okay, and if you want to see the usage, how to use this tag, just click on usage. You can see the detailed usage of that. First, suppose if you want to talk about Apex output fields, click on the output field. It's open here. You can see the information about detailed information about output field, component details, all the attributes and details, and usage. How to use this Apex output field. Okay. So I am sharing the link to you on chat. You just use this, okay, and try all the tags possible. If you have time, you can go through each and every time. It takes more than 20 hours for exploring all these tags. Okay, just work on this whenever you got some free time. Okay, and again, we'll be working on some examples also. These are also small examples available given in the component reference, but very small examples, very